Color guard advance. Color guard post colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scouts, please join me in the reciting the Scout Oath and Law. Scout sign. Repeat after me. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, color guard dismissed. Colors guard dismissed.
Just stand right behind the bridge.
The audience may be seated.
All right, thank you, Scouts, for opening our Arrow of Light ceremony. I want to welcome all of our Scouts, and as well as their families, to our first post-pandemic Arrow of Light ceremony. After conducting a virtual Arrow of Light ceremony last year, we're just so excited to celebrate these Scouts' accomplishment in person. So the Arrow of Light is the highest award offered by Cub Scouts. It represents completion of the Cub Scouting program and a pledge to continue in the ways of Scouting. Most of you started Cub Scouting together as Tigers over 5 years ago in first grade. Through the skills you've learned and the confidence you've gained through Scouting, we've seen you transform from shy to involved, from apathetic to caring, from silly to respectful, and most, importantly, we've seen you fill into those uniforms that you were swimming in when you first started Cub Scouting. So at this time, I want to ask each den leader to step forward and nominate the Webelos Scouts who have satisfied the requirements of Arrow of Light.
I would now like to ask the following Scouts in Den 2 have satisfied the requirements for the Arrow of Light Award. And then you will, okay. Joshua Chen. Sebastian Lafco. Nicholas Grossi. Jake Flores. Jack Rome. Congratulations.
The following Scouts in Den 8 have satisfied the requirements for Arrow of Light Award. Ethan Hong. Chris Lim. Ethan Guo.
Thank you. So the Arrow of Light is the only Cub Scout badge that can be worn on the Boy Scout uniform. But more important than the badge itself is what you have learned, the work you have done to help others, and the fun you had earning it. The Arrow of Light also represents the first step in the trail towards Eagle Scout. The individual elements of the badge represent the sun, not yet. The sun shedding its light on all that we do. It is a reminder that Cub Scouts should be a light for those around them. The 7 rays of the sun represent the 7 days of the week, a reminder that Cub Scouts should do their best every day. The arrow is symbolic of everything which is straight and true, just as Cub Scouts should be straight and true in their lives. It also points towards the trail of Boy Scout ranks and higher challenges. Scouts, you have been called before the pack because you have satisfied the requirements for the Arrow of Light. There are 5 candles on the table in front of you. The purple candle is to remind you of the lessons you have learned as a Cub Scout. Do you promise to use the skills you have learned as a Cub Scout to help your fellow Scouts learn and grow in the Scouting program? If so, say, I do. The blue candle represents the spirit of Cub Scouting, the spirit of giving goodwill and doing your best. Do you promise to fulfill the Cub Scout promise, the Cub Scout motto, and to do your best when you receive the Arrow of Light award? If so, say, I do. The red candle represents the family's role in Scouting. Parents and family members, these Webelos Scouts have faithfully promised to always keep the spirit of Cub Scouting. As their parents and families, do you also promise to continue to help your son in his Scouting adventures? If so, say, we do. Family, yes. Thank you. The white candle represents the Scout Law. Youth and adult leaders will cheerfully show you the skills you need, but it will be up to you to live up to the 12 points of the Scout Law. You will be faced with decisions on a daily basis, and at times, the trail will seem most difficult to follow. Make your choices by always remembering the Scout Law. In all that you do you promise to forever be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent? If so, say, I do. The yellow candle stands for the Arrow of Light. The Arrow of Light has an honored place. Its shaft is straight and narrow, just as is the path that you Scouts should follow throughout your life. Its tip points the way to success in all that you do. It is pointing to the right, a symbol that nothing should be left undone. If it is within your power to do it, see that it is done. And lastly, this is the symbol of the 7 rays of the sun, one for each day of the week. This is to remind you that each and every day is a new day, a day to do your best in everything, a day to honor your God and country, to do your good turn, a new chance to follow the Scout Law, and to remember these words, on my honor. Each of you has blazed your own trail toward the Arrow of Light Award, and now the Arrow of Light will help you remember their promise to keep the spirit of Cub Scouting alive. Do you promise to let its light shine forth from you, to set an example for others to follow in your footsteps, to set your eye on the eagle and never waver? If so, say, I do. Congratulations, Scouts. You are now full-fledged Arrow of Light Award holders. Watching you Webelos bridge over into Boy Scouts and seeing the end result of your hard work as you've invested as part of your Cub Scout journey, we are just so overcome with pride in our pack. You may wear this award on your Scout uniforms centered below the left shirt pocket. Yeah, you'll figure it out, my dear. Last but not least is the green candle. It symbolizes the beginning of your path toward Eagle as a Boy Scout. Are you Weeblos ready to leave Cub Scout Pack 354 to no longer be known as Weeblo Scouts, but to become a Boy Scout? If so, answer, I do. A bridge is a structure carrying a pathway or roadway over a depression. It is a means of connection or transition from one side to another. Today, this bridge symbolizes that connection of Cub Scouting with Boy Scouting. Weeblos, over the years you have been in Cub Scouting, you had numerous opportunities to work together on the trail. As a Cub Scout, you have been guided through the Cub Scout trail by many Akalas. Soon, when you are a Boy Scout, you will find that while there are still many people willing to help, you take on more and more responsibility for blazing your own trail to Eagle. Now, Scouts, it is time to say goodbye as you prepare yourselves to leave the pack to follow the trail of Boy Scouting. I'm sure you're going to find the same satisfaction there that you found in Cub Scouting. Good luck. So at this time, as a symbol of the growth of your sons and their entrance into Scouting, I will call each Scout out by name. His den leader will divest him of his colors, neckerchief, and cover before bridging to his new troop, where he will be decorated in traditional Boy Scout fashion. So at this time, I'd like to call up the representatives from the BSA troops 5, 351, and 355 to the other side of the stage. And Weeblos, let's prepare to begin crossing the bridge as your name is called. So if you boys want to come over here and line up on this side.